Okay guys, I've been at this for about an hour and a half, and you can see I've got 6 done in that time. I'm slowly working out a better way of doing it, or an easy, not an easier way, there is no easy way, but for me a slightly better way. One thing you have to watch when you do these first ones is the inside wood wants to crack. You haven't got very much to play with on the bulkhead side of the port, so the wood is broken away, so I'm going to have to put a bit further in there after I've done some sanding and before I do more sanding. So, but in general I'm quite pleased with the outcome of that. I'll just carry on. You get a progress report every now and again. That's all I can do because it's too noisy otherwise. Just want to show you guys that's a couple of hours work, and that's all the gun ports in place now. I'm going to let them all set into position. You can see in the back corner I had to do a little bit of filler where a plank broke right in the corner. Hopefully I've cut it with some filler. They don't look too bad. They've got to be rubbed down, smoothed off to the sides, and then painted again. The sequence is that you paint the inside wall, and then you mask off the inside wall and paint from the outside wall, and the gun ports, the inside of the gun ports is the same colour as this outside wall, which makes them the same as all these other gun ports. Okay, when I get them smoothed off and I'm ready to mask and paint, I'll come back to you. Right guys, I've done a little bit of reorganisation of my work shed here, moved things around a bit so the ship's a little bit lower down for me. I was really getting a very sore back from what I was doing the other day. I just hope everything, all my power tools and stuff can reach now. We'll give it a try and we'll see how we get on. Okay, let me get set up with the camera in the right place and I'll come back to you. Right guys, I'm set up. I have no idea if this is going to work. This is an experiment. I'm going to try using my Dremel with a, well, it's not a cutting disc, it's a, but it can be a cutting disc. Keep it nice and slow, and let's see, put some light on the subject so we can see what we're doing. There we go. We've got the second one behind me here. There we go. Now I'm going to start with this one here, which has got most of the stuff on it. Yeah, straight away, it's not going to work because of the angle I'm at. That's not going to work. I can't get in there, and I don't want to do it that way around because I'll take out too much. So cancel that idea and go back to my first thought, which was to use my little trusty handsaw, this thing here. So this will work. It'll take a lot longer, but it'll work. So I guess what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the day. Okay, I'm taking that filler at the same time with this one. So the thing is, with this saw blade being lovely and flexible, you kind of know that you. Oh, there you go, just like that. It's going to be finished off with sandpaper anyway. Yeah, it's taking the filler out. That was the worst one because it was full of filler. Yeah, it's going to be finished off with, well, probably a file and then some sandpaper. I'm just going to work my way along and do them all the same. I'll do another one while I'm on camera. It's just sawdust. You kind of wonder if you're cutting into the wooden wall, but this blade is so flexible. It's pretty good. Take out this bit here. Just like that, guys. That's not too bad. That. Let me go back and have another go at this one here. Well, I think I'm just as good with the file on that one. It's looking pretty good. That one's flat to the wall. So I'm going to carry on along that row, and I'll come back to you when I've got something to show you. Oh, guys, that didn't take very long. I sawed them down, and I used my file just to finish them off. Starboard side's good. I'll show you the outside. You can see where I've had to rub it away quite a bit, but that's alright, it gets painted again anyway. We can also, I think, see from there, let me just tip the camera a little bit. You can see the port side has been done. Take it a bit. Port side has been done. I had to put a little bit further on the back end where a piece of wood broke away, so I'm waiting for that to set and I can sand that one down. I'm just going to run the sandpaper block over the whole thing, and then we can get round to painting it. Hopefully I'll get that done later today. Okay, I'll be back when I've got this dry and sanded down. Right, guys, I got it sanded down nicely, and I've masked it both sides because I don't want to get paint onto the deck. But before I get around to painting, I sanded down both sides in and out, and now I'm going to put some sanding sealer on. As I said before, this sanding sealer, it's a thin down sanding seal. It dries in about 2 minutes. It's really good. Anybody who's been into model aircraft for any length of time will know this stuff, because it's got that old dope smell. If you know what I mean by dope, it's an acetone based liquid, which should be done in a well ventilated room, but I'm not going to spend an awful lot of time here. Just going to put this on and then just let it dry. As I say, what it does is it lifts the bristles of the wood, and when you then go over with a sandpaper afterwards, it just makes it easier, and it ends up super smooth. Gives you a lovely surface to paint on. I say, with aircraft, we used to use it first when I first started making model aircraft, we used tissue to cover them, which was always fun. But before we put the tissue on, we always smoothed the wood out with sanding sealer. As long as a nice cut sanding sealer goes on. The reason I'm doing it this way is because I put the tape on first. The sanding seal is going to seal the tape and it'll stop paint from going underneath. That's it. Now, just got to get the right stuff for cleaning the brush, it's nitro thinners. So gives you an idea of what the stuff is. Okay, come back to me in a few minutes when this is dried and we'll get it sanded down. So, let's see, that's about not even 5 minutes since I put it on. It's dry and I've sanded it and beautifully smooth. Both sides. The masking doesn't have to be super accurate against the edges because later on you're going to put a bead down this channel. You'll see. But it helps if there's not a whole load of bleeding paint. So I'll just see a bit here where I've lifted the tape with the sandpaper. The unfortunate bit is that's not going to be sealed with the sanding sealer to stop the paint going underneath. But it doesn't have to be super accurate. So, this is the famous number 10. I say famous. There's several reds in the set. 10 for the insides and 15 they call for the outsides, but they don't have a 15 in their range. They have a 12. So the inside is one colour, the outside is another. Not a problem. I'll put it on with the brush as usual. Just get one of my little trays to put the paint in. Need a great deal. One thing I noticed, if you think back, I tried to use my paintbrush, my airbrush, for the big sections, and I couldn't get it to work. And I think mainly because the paint is too thick. I don't mean it's uneducated, I mean it's too thick in viscosity. Too viscous, which is better? High viscous or low viscous? Which is the thicker? I think if I remember rightly, the high viscous is the more dense. I'm not too worried about getting paint in the cannon holes at this stage, because the next stage of this painting is to go, well, wait for this to dry obviously, and then mask up on the inside and paint the outside. And when you paint the outside, you paint through the cannon ports. So the inside of the cannon ports has the outside colour, not the inside colour. And when I've got my 10 out, I shall do some little touching up down here where I rubbed something away down there. I can't remember what it was. Probably on the side that's nearest to me. And I thought, well, when I do this, I'll try and remember to go back and just touch up the red. You can see I'm not the greatest accurate painter. I tend to use a lot of masking tape. What I'll probably do with the rest of this is put you on high speed, because it's just the same thing as me with a paintbrush. Right guys, I'm going to stop there. Let that dry. It's going to take a little while. I'm going to leave the tape on for now. I'm going to put, when this is dry, I shall put more tape up on the inside of the holes because they will then paint the outsides. That'll be a job for tomorrow morning. I'm going to start again. I shall have to touch up the black on this rod, but that has to be done anyway. Okay, if you're enjoying this journey that I'm on, and you haven't already done so, consider subscribing, like, share the video with your friends. If you subscribe, you'll see a little bell icon. That's a notification icon. Will come up at the side of it. If you click on that, you'll be notified when new videos are available on this site, which in my case is normally Monday evenings and Thursday evenings. I say evenings, it's quite late in the evening by the time I get them video edited and updated. But we'll see how it goes. Okay, we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.